Okay. Hi people, it's me again. So, further ado, time for another one of my videos. So as usual, I have the rights to another video, BS Anime. There probably will be some cursing, and there most likely will be some spoilers. And I'm sorry, but if it turns out horrid, I just need to somehow improve my videos. But anyway, so without further ado, the anime I'll be reviewing for this video will be the 7 Deadly Sins, otherwise known as the Nanatsu no Taizai. Taizai. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is a 24-episode anime that ran from October 5th, 2014 to March 29th, 2015. The 7 Deadly Sins, a group of evil knights who conspired to overthrow the kingdom of Britannia, were said to have been eradicated by the Holy Knights, although some claim that they are still alive. 10 years later, the Holy Knights have staged a coup d'etat and assassinated the king, becoming the new tyrannical ruler of the kingdom. Elizabeth, the king's third daughter, set out on a journey to find the 7 Deadly Sins and enlist their help in taking back the kingdom. That's a good review. We get to right. It gives you a little backstory, gets right to the point, what the whole show is going to be about, but it doesn't reveal anything that's going to happen. Very, very good review. So, as I said, Elizabeth, they're the 7 Deadly Sins. They are essentially a group of knights who are very strong. Like all these knights, the Holy Knights and 7 Deadly Sins, they all have like these powers too. So it's not. Come on, it's like there's magic and all this stuff in there too. So it's not strictly knights fighting with swords sort of thing. There is magic, and all the Holy Knights and the 7 Deadly Sins have their own certain powers. Where are they going with this show? I had a point to just come back. But anyway, oh yeah. So the 7 Deadly Sins, they are a group of 7 of these knights who were blamed for something. Who were blamed for killing somebody like 10 years prior to the story beginning. And each of them takes out the aspect of one of the 7 Deadly Sins: wrath, pride. Well, I don't know. I forget all of them. Hold on. Let's see if I can find out real quick. 7 Deadly Sins, capital vices, cardinal sins, blah blah blah. And they are wrath, greed, sloth, pride, lust, envy, and gluttony. Yeah, but they're just named after that for some reason, because their personality doesn't quite follow how they act with their sin. It doesn't really do that. So I don't know why there's the 7 Deadly Sins. It could have been something totally different. Because other than their names, there's nothing out there. Even in the name, other than the name of their group, there's no other reference to any acting out like how they would be to the sin that they are. They are sort of thing. That makes any sense what I'm talking about. Probably doesn't. Anyway, so yeah, the Holy Knights, which are supposedly these protectors of this kingdom, stage a coup d'etat and pretty much overthrow the king, and they put him in stuff like this. This also happens prior to the story, because Elizabeth, the third daughter, goes out to search for these 7 Deadly Sins to see if they would help rescue her father and everything. She meets up at a bar, the Boar's Head Bar, which is run by Meliodas, or the captain of the Seven Deadly Sins, who looks far younger than he is, and none of them seem to have aged at all in 10 years. And for some reason, and Meliodas looks like a kid. Diana is a giant. King is a fairy. So they age. So King and Diana, they're the giant and fairy, fairy and giant. So like they age slower than other humans. Ban, he just due to certain circumstances drank like the elixir of immortality, of eternal life. So he's got that going for him. The only other one that we've seen in this series, because I'm hoping for a second series, because we never found all the Seven Deadly Sins, was Pride, I think her name was, and she is the wizard to. Her name is Merlin. Yeah, King Arthur makes an appearance, and she is the Merlin for King Arthur, and it doesn't look like she's aged 10 years. Unless she was like, she looks late 20s. So unless she was like a teenager, which I don't think she was, none of them seem to have aged. Because like, see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we're still missing 2 deadly sins that we have not met in the show. Because for 24 episodes, they rounded off the plot and everything. And then they ended it with like, okay, hey Elizabeth, you want to come with us? We are going to go and search for the last 2. It's like, okay, why didn't we get the other 2 before? Because yeah, at the end, of course you know this, they're going to save the kingdom and everything. And find out like who's actually responsible and kick his ass. It's kind of hard to give spoilers on this one just because it's like each episode kind of builds onto itself and it requires backstory. I mean, it's a good in-depth anime. It gives you backstory during the show, each episode builds onto itself, and it leaves you with kind of some cliffhangers, but it's not like look we're doing this, it's like boom, like where the fuck did this come from, or why are you ending with this? It's not a drastic thing. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, they do end with her getting kidnapped, but okay, come on. The Holy Knights want her back, Elizabeth back. For some strange reason, oh yeah, because her blood is used to open up some door for the demon clan to come through, which the leader of the Holy Knights, the one who staged everything, wants to be open. But yeah, it doesn't end with they don't have episodes end with stuff like somebody dies. End of show. End of episode. They don't do shit like that. It's like, okay, we're doing this. Okay, got a minor thing. I can't wait for next episode. It's not. Oh shit! What did I do? Come on, next episode. Okay, I need to shut up now. Anyway, I mean, Meliodas. I mean, there's a lot of hints about his background and everything that they give. Like, we assume that he's got some, like, he's half like demon clan or whatever, so he's got some demon powers. He apparently had somebody that he was in love with 10 years ago and shit, like, or a little bit longer, and she died. And she kind of looks a lot like Elizabeth, except brown hair. So it's like, okay, they pretty much just copied Elizabeth's face, her hair, and the way she wore her hair onto this girl that he used to love, but they made her hair brown instead of silver. And she was a knight who was fighting with Meliodas, but ended up dying due to something or other. Now there's a whole backstory here that we have not explored. So yeah, so I'm hoping in like the next. I mean, like also Ban is like looking for trying to contact the goddesses or the goddess or the goddesses or whatever so he can resurrect someone he loved, which just happens to be King's sister. So yeah, they never rounded that off. So yeah, so the way they kind of just they didn't end some stuff and the way they ended the show, I'm assuming there is going to be a second season, even though this site shows nothing coming up just yet. Though it did just kind of end. I mean, it did a good 24 episode thing, so maybe it might be next year that it comes out. Because they're gonna do something like this. They made it good. It's not like they're doing nowadays. It's like, okay, here's 12 episodes. We'll wait 2 months. 2 months. We bring the next 12 episodes out and pick it up right where we left off. I don't know why they do that bullshit when they could have just made it a whole 24 episode series right then and there. But I don't know. People are stupid. I mean, one thing that is kind of funny is that Meliodas he does kind of like groping Elizabeth from time to time. I mean, he's just kind of sitting there and like sitting there talking and she's like that. And she just, I mean, she doesn't really mind per se, but I mean, she kind of views it as like, okay, I'll just put up with whatever as long as I get their help. I mean, there's no overtly sexually themes or whatever. It's just kind of that funny thing of him groping her now. Oh yeah, and there's also a talking pig who is like the captain of leftovers, as he says in the bar, where Meliodas owns and Elizabeth works while they're looking for 7 deadly sins. Yeah, he's kind of the comical. Well, he's not really comical, but I mean, they have stuff happen to him and stuff like that. He's definitely kind of he's a side main character, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I mean, yeah, all in all, I'd give this about 8.5 stars. I mean, it is good. It has a good, as I said earlier, it involves it gives background while at the same time building on all pre-existing stuff at the same time. So it is good. I mean, while I did like it, it just wasn't one of my favorites. But it might get 9 stars if they do make a second season, and if the second season turns out to be good, it might get a full 9 stars then. But we'll have to see till then. So I guess that's it for this review. So this wasn't much I could talk about. My reviews lately have been really slacking off, cause like maybe just because I've been watching shows where it's kind of hard to describe it, or maybe I'm just getting fucking lazy. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this will be it for this review. So next time, I will be doing the Testament of Sister New Devil. Yeah, it sounds weird. It should be Testament of the New Sister Devil. So for officially on the page, it is like the Testament of Sister New Devil. Go figure. Anyway, that'll be next time. So, until then, I shall see you guys later. Sayonara.